Okay, so we are looking at the temperature conversions here. Okay, so you can convert from degrees to kelvins. Okay, and the formula that we are going to use for those conversions is just this formula that I've listed down here. Okay, so we are going to say temperature in kelvins is actually equals to the temperature in degrees Celsius, okay, plus 273.15. Okay, so that's the temperature we're going to use. And then for us to convert from kelvins to degrees, we're just going to use the opposite. Okay, so the opposite is just make this c the subject of a formula. From there you're going to get this formula here. Okay, so uh, we can look at an example here. Okay, so an example, let's say convert 30 degrees Celsius, okay, to what? To kelvins. So what are we going to do? We are going to use this formula here. So we are going to say kelvins is just equals to, you put your 30 degrees here, okay, and then plus 273.15. Okay, so when you put your 30 degrees here, you ignore the units. So we are going to say, let's ignore the units here, okay, for the 30 degrees, and then we can write it now. So 30 plus, okay, this guy here. Okay, so when we add this, what do we get as our answer? Okay, so 30 plus that, my calculator is giving me a temperature of 303.15 kelvins. Okay, so we've converted this 30 degrees, okay, to what? Kelvins. Okay, and then we can also do an example on converting from kelvins to degrees. Okay, so we are going to use that formula that we shared there. So let's use that formula. So we are converting now, let's say 300 kelvins. Okay, we are converting them to degrees Celsius. So what are we going to do? We are going to use this formula here. We are going to say the temperature in degrees Celsius is equals to, okay, the temperature in kelvins minus 273.15. Okay, so the temperature in degrees Celsius is just going to be equals to, you punch this value on your calculator, you're going to get 26.85 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is how we can use this definition here to change the units. Okay, and then the other one is when you are converting now, okay, from degrees to Fahrenheit or from Fahrenheit to degrees. Okay, so we use this formula here to convert. Okay, so if you are given a temperature in degrees Celsius and then you want to convert it to Fahrenheit, you use this formula. Okay, so 9/5 multiplied by that temperature in degrees and then plus 32. Okay, and then when you're converting from Fahrenheit to degrees, okay, you use this formula here. So you say the temperature in degrees just equals to, you have the reciprocal of this, which is 5/9. Okay, and then in the brackets you're going to have the temperature in Fahrenheit minus what? 32. Okay, so we can also give an example there. Okay, so let's say convert 8.6 degrees to 9.6 Fahrenheit degrees. Okay, let's convert this guy to degrees Celsius. Okay, so what are we going to do there? We're just going to use the formula, guys. Okay, so we are converting from Fahrenheit to degrees, so we are using this formula here. So these formulas, guys, you have to know them. Okay, there are no two ways about it. You just have to know them. Okay, unless they're given, but in most times they are not. So we are going to say the temperature in degrees Celsius is equals to 5/9. Okay, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit that we've been given? 98.6. Okay, and then this guy we are subtracting 32, so we are going to say minus what? 32. Okay, so it means our temperature in degrees Celsius is just going to be equals to, okay, so punch that on your calculator, we are going to get 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, So this here, the 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit is the same as 37 degrees Celsius, which is the normal body temperature, right? Okay, so that's how we can convert, right? And then what if we are given okay, what if we are given degrees Celsius and then we are asked to convert it to the Fahrenheit? Okay, so let's say for example we have been given, I'll just use this simple example. Okay, so we've been given 37 degrees Celsius and then we are converting this to degrees Fahrenheit. What are we going to use here? We're going to say temperature in Fahrenheit is equals to 9 over 5, then I multiply by 37, then plus 32. Okay, so punch this into your calculator. Okay, I'm going to get 66.6 when I multiply this and 37 and then plus 32. Okay, so when I add this, I'm getting 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so it's just about knowing how to use these formulas correctly. Okay, so I've given you the formulas and I've shown you some examples there. Okay, so some might ask, what if you're given a temperature in you are given a temperature in maybe degrees in Fahrenheit, and then you are asked to convert to kelvins. So what do? Okay, so you first use what you know. You convert that temperature from Fahrenheit. Okay, you convert it into the degrees Celsius. Okay, and then once you have that temperature in degrees Celsius, you convert it to kelvins. Okay, so the method for directly converting from kelvins to Fahrenheit is a little bit complicated, so they don't advise you using it. Okay, so you can just convert from Fahrenheit to degrees and then to kelvins, or kelvins to degrees and then to Fahrenheit, because they are the ones that have been given the standard formulas. Okay, so basically that's it on these temperature conversions.